when you're setting it up, regardless of whether you're using Server 2008 or 2003, you need to have your Java runtime environment installed and any plugins in Firefox or Internet Explorer completely installed. Otherwise, the GUI front end, the web-based front end for the ACS server will not work. I have to go back and start this process all over again. So what we'll cover here tonight is we'll cover 7, the DHCP, 9, the access list, and I'll try to get into OSPF area authentication. I'll come back to the ACS server on Tuesday. So if I go to my temp directory, my lab, my configs, grab my configs again, paste them in. Turn on the interfaces. What in the world? hell? It looks as if I have goofed up. But not too bad. Alright. If I grab the right lab config, it may work a little bit better. Better. While that's warming up, let me go back to my VM network editor. Still bridged. Alright, let me just get the routers up to speed here. Turn the interfaces on. And everything should pop up and load and be all ready to go. Should. Took it long enough. So OSPF reloaded. I now do a show IP route. Make sure to see all my networks. I do. Custom enable. Okay. Back into that program real quick and check that out. Still coming up as custom. Interesting. When in doubt, restore to default. Make sure it doesn't lock up on me. Anyway, while it's doing that, let's go ahead and make the DHCP pool on R3. So if I go back to interface configuration mode, it is the command IP DHCP pool, and give it a name. This will be just a workstation, for example. And the network is 172.21.00. Class C. Okay, and then it asks that you reserve 1 through 25, so we have to do an exclusion. I didn't ask you for a gateway or DNS servers. If you put that in there, that's fine. If you don't, that's fine. So, but to exclude 1 through 25, IP, DHCP, dash, or IP space DHCP space exclude dash address. First address, last address. Done. That's all you have to do for number 7.
So if the last value is 0, you don't have to fill it in?
Nope. Okay. Nope. Alright, we're going to skip over number 8 for now. And we're going to create an access list on R1 as follows. Remember that you did the NAT previously. Skipping over here to this one. Let's take a look at where we are real fast. Remember we had done the source static. We did the first NAT. You need to complete all those other NAT statements up here in number 5. I'm just going to run through a couple of these here in number 9. So you can create an access list a couple different ways. You can create it via an extended access list numbered 100 all the way through 199, or you can create a named access list. In this case, I'm going to do another named access list because named access lists are a lot easier to manage. You can take individual statements in and out, and they're just easier to manage in my opinion. So how you do that is you want to type in IP access dash list extended and then the name. So I'm just going to give this a name of ACL. Enter. You notice that my prompt changes. Now I'm in access list configuration mode. And from here, I can do the permit or deny statements that I need to. So if I look at number 9, allow SMTP from the internet to 192.168.50.25. Now, I natted previously, right? I did step number 5. So what is 192.168.50.25? It's that right there, right? So, be careful not to do this. This is a trick question. Number 9 is a trick question. You have to use the public IP for your ACL. Permit SMTP from the internet. So if it says from the internet, that means from whom? From whom? Anybody, right? I want any mail server to send me mail. So I have to tell it what protocol first, though. So this is going to be SMTP is TCP. Any. 2, the destination is that individual IP address, which is 201.168.109.139. So an individual IP address, you have to put the preemptor host in there, and then it's IP. 201.68.109.139. And then I have to tell it what port this is. Okay? What port is SMTP?
20.
20? No. What? 25. So I have to tell it equals 25. If you can't remember, the good thing about Cisco iOS 12 and later, if you type in EQ and then question mark, it'll tell you the ports. Okay? So if I get down to SMTP, 25. Or I can just type in SMTP. Either way is sufficient. Either way will count. Either way, you'll get points. Done. Okay? I'll do one more on that access list. Allow BlackBerry services. You know what? I'm not going to do that. I'm going to let you look up the BlackBerry services so you make sure you get those ports right. Allow World Wide Web and secure HTTP from the internet to 43. So that's 2 lines. It's not 1 line, it's 2 lines. Okay? 43 is .140. So if I up arrow, web and secure web is TCP, right? If I backtrack here, said from anywhere on the internet, change that to 40, and then change this to www. That's 1. Up arrow. Change it again. What is secure web? What is SSL? Huh? What's SSL? Port. Well, let's see if it's in here.
Can you do multiple ports with one command line?
No. Each individual port is going to be a separate line. Okay? It's 443. 443 is SSL. Alright? Once you get finish up on the ACL, what do you have to do next? Once you get the ACL all done, what do you have to do? You have to apply it to an access group which goes on an interface. So if I look at my topology, and actually I have the fast Ethernet 00 pointed here, that's towards the internet. I want to put an access list closest to the enemy. So if I go to interface, fast Ethernet 00, and type in IP access group. What was the name of this access group? I named it ACL. Inbound. Okay. So you'll have to finish up these other pieces of that ACL. And finally, when we get here to tonight is in OSPF, we're going to do area authentication. What area authentication does is if I'm working in a broadcast domain, okay, a broadcast environment like Ethernet, okay, I'm not using point-to-point links, right, with my routing protocol. I'm working in a broadcast environment. I could, if I could attach my own router to that network. If I can guess or sniff or look up your process ID with OSPF or your autonomous system with EIGRP or BGP, I can get on your network. Now what happens if I can get on your network and get into your routing protocol? I can pick up information that the routing protocol is passing to other routers, especially because it's using multicast. Alright? Now, I'm not going to pick up a lot of traffic other than just routers talking back and forth, but I can pick up routing tables, I can pick up things if a break happens, I can pick up your entire routing table, I can find out where networks are. I can join your network. One safeguard that you can use in a dynamic routing protocol, RIP, OSPF, EIGRP, BGP, ISIS, etc., is you can use authentication between the routers, which will help safeguard that. Safeguard rogue routers coming onto the network and picking up your information. Because if I can do that, I can also do what? I can inject routes into your environment. I can corrupt your routing table. And that's one hell of a denial of service attack. So, what I'm going to do is I have to do area authentication with an MD5 key of Cisco. So how I do that is I have to do it on the interface. So with R1, I'm going to go to the interface, which is F01, and IP OSPF authentication message digest. Okay, that's what I have to do on the interface. In OSPF, area 100 authentication message digest area 100 int f0/1 IP OSPF authentication key alright, and then whatever the password is going to be, which is Cisco. IP OSPF authentication key Cisco. Okay? And those are the two commands that you have to do. Then you have to go in through that on all three routers. Area 100 authentication. Digest. Int F01 IP OSPF authentication dash key yeah. Okay, as you can see, it popped up. And we go to R3, which I do it here, router OSPF 100. Area 100 authentication message digest. No. Int F0/1 IP OSPF authentication dash key POSPF, authentication, message digest. Boom. And they all come back up. They all go down, they all come back up. Everybody's happy. Good. So that's how you do number 10. Alright, back to my issue. Hey, now I have a host over here. Good deal. So now I just need to change my parameter to 50. Okay. Okay. Good. Now, hopefully, we go back into right, everybody to memory. Give this one more shot on VMware Player. My ACS server.